I love your babies, and this is just, I know as a parent, I've got a child coming to pre-K next year. They grow up so quickly. And I know today is going to be mixed emotions for you, but I hope you bring many smiles to your faces when we watch them sing songs up here, because this kindergarten class has been phenomenal. And I was thinking, what do I want to share today? I'd like to share a couple memories I have of your babies this school year. First of all, I learned quickly after I got here, when I'm walking down the hall, they want to say, "Hey, Dr. Rogers, hey, Dr. Rogers." And the teachers taught them to do the microwave. You know what the microwave is? It's one little finger going up and down, and I didn't know that until I came to Mad Arthur. And so now you'll see me going up and down the hallways, and the kindergartners are walking by, and they're smiling, and little microwave, and I just love it. It's absolutely precious. Another memory I'd like to share with you is the week of the CRCT. I did get another year older. I had a birthday, and my dear friend Dr. Harold over here, she jumps on the announcements and says, "Mad Arthur Knights, we just want to tell you it's Dr. Rogers' birthday today." Well, those kindergartners, they wish me happy birthday every single day that week. So I want you to know I am much older today as I stand in front of you, and now I know where that gray hair is coming from. But it's just so precious to walk down the halls and hear these kindergarten babies saying, "Happy birthday, happy birthday." Your children are just so sweet and special to this place. I just want you to know that. Another memory I have is we had a bouncy house set up in our grand hall right out there this past Friday. It was a lot of fun, and each kindergarten class was able to come and jump. And so I go out and see them and check on the Knights, and I get over there and they all run toward that side. Well, next thing I know, that house is sort of coming my way. I'm like, "Wait a minute!" And they back up. But I put my hand in there, and we had a moment together. It was great. And we had a great field day this year. And on field day, one of our Knights, his parent couldn't come. So it was time to do the obstacle course with parents. So I was able to do it with that Knight, and that was phenomenal. I was on the grass, I was jumping over stuff, and it was just a special moment for me that I won't forget, having that with a child here at Mad Arthur. And lastly, career day. Love seeing the Knights walk down the hall with all their future careers and what they want to do. And many of the students dressed up as me. They had their tie, and then they had their fake phone clipped to the side that I'm well known for. And I was able to come down there and get my picture taken with them. And that's just another memory that I'll always have of your kindergarten babies. But I just want you to know I appreciate your support this year. I can't believe how much we've accomplished as a school. And I can only imagine where we're headed in the future. And I promise, as principal of this building, your babies will always be taken care of here at Mad Arthur. At this time, I'm so excited we have Mrs. Hall. She's one of our first grade teachers, and she'd like to speak a moment on where your babies are heading next year and what you maybe could do this summer to help your child have a successful transition from kindergarten to first grade. Mrs. Hall is one of our first grade teachers, and you guys are going to love, as parents, we have a Cinderella ball in first grade. I had my first one this year, and it was phenomenal. Dr. Harold and I just enjoyed that event with all of our first grade Knights. So you have something to look forward to this year. But at this time, I'd like to welcome Mrs. Hall up here, first grade teacher.
And Dr. Rogers, I mean, it is no surprise how much our children just love you, and no wonder so many of them wanted to be Dr. Rogers on career day, because he has just done an outstanding job this year. So we thank you. As a matter of fact, some of my children were making things for me. They were robbing my mint jar this morning, and they were stuffing this envelope, and I'm like, "Wait, don't give him all the mints, my throat hurts today." So I had to take a few out for him. Anyway. But like Dr. Rogers said, my name is Miss Hall. I teach first grade here, and you guys are at a wonderful transition in your child's education. They are transitioning from kindergarten to first grade. What a huge milestone. And I can say our kindergarten teachers have laid down an excellent foundation for your children to be ready to move on to our grade level, which is first. I would just quickly like to share some things with you so that you will know some things maybe over the summer that you can start working with your children, or I'm sure many of you already do these things. One is reading. Reading is a key element in all grade levels, but in kindergarten and in first grade, that is one of our primary focuses. Hopefully when your child does come into first grade, they are at a beginning, if not stronger, reading level. That is very important. This summer, I know we've been pumping up a lot in first grade. The library has an excellent reading program, so if you could get your children involved in that, let them read to you, you read to them. Any exposure they can have to books over the summer would be very beneficial for them. Another key component in first grade is writing. Your kindergartners, believe it or not, will be expected when they come into first grade to be writing stories across 5 pages. 5 pages, and they can do it. We expect them to do it, and they can do it. I mean, we give them a 5-page booklet right at the beginning. At the first, it might just be just a little bit across each page, but it's so amazing to see the progress that they make. Like I had a student just last week that had 12 pages stapled together because he was so excited about this big duck unit that we did, and he was writing all this information. But at the beginning, he was writing maybe 1 or 2 words across those 5 pages. And now he has a 12-page booklet filled with information. So writing is a very key component in first grade. So maybe some experiences you do over the summer, let your children write about them. They can keep a journal over the summer, maybe of what they do, and let them try to sound out and stretch the words, because that's considered first grade writing. Some big words, like maybe if you go to Massachusetts this summer, of course, help them spell that word and give it to them. I do that. I put it on a sticky note. But the smaller words that they can phonetically sound out, or maybe sight words, as you know, popcorn words, those words they should know in a snap. But just writing would be another beneficial tool that you could do with your child over the summer. Math, that's another huge component in kindergarten and in first grade. I'm very excited next year to see what's going to happen with our kindergartners coming to first grade in math, because we started a new math curriculum this year, the Common Core curriculum. So our first graders this year did not have that foundation from kindergarten to first. Your children will have that. So I'm very anxious to see the difference in the children next year, to see with the new Common Core what they're bringing in their brains to first grade. But it's a lot of mental math, a lot of journaling and writing about math. So yes, your child can answer 2 + 2 = 5 in a snap,